Hello everyone. This video is very special for two reasons. Firstly, for the purpose that it talks about. Secondly, for the people who are behind promoting this purpose and the great job they are doing. I have visited this place as a student, as a mother with my two children, and as a proud grandmother escorting my grandchild. This place has been an inspiration for many a school-going child in laying foundation for a career as a conservationist. This place was formed in the year 1976 to promote conservation of reptiles and amphibians and their habitats through education and research. As a center for breeding and preserving reptile species, particularly crocodiles. This is the biggest crocodile sanctuary in India. The man behind this enormous work is none other than Sri Romulus Whittaker, and who was also the founder director of the Madras Snake Park. For his exemplary work towards the wildlife preservation, the Government of India awarded him the Padma Shri in the year 2018. A recent book, 10 Indian Champions Who Are Fighting to Save the Planet, talks about him. The fact that both the snake park and the crocodile park is open to children of hundreds of schools in and around the city of Chennai helps them assimilate the love for nature and develop their interest in conserving nature. Zai Whittaker, who was with Romulus Whittaker for 15 years, first at the snake park and then at the crocodile bank, has authored Rom's biography, The Snake Man, and got it published in the year 1989. This book narrates the story of the perfect role model for many nature enthusiasts. Zai always felt the need to have the book translated into many regional languages, and after 30 long years, in collaboration with Travel Unbounded and also with the support received from a lot of like-minded people, the book is now available in Tamil and Kannada and is priced at Rs 500. We have a poster at the end of this video which will talk more about the book. But first, let's have Zai talk to us about her book. Hello ma'am, it's a pleasure talking to you. Before we talk about the translated version of the book, I would like to know why this biography?
Well, when I wrote Snake Man, by that time I had been working with Rom for over 15 years, and I felt more and more that this was a story that really needed to be told to young people. And also I had come from a background where we grew up surrounded by people like Rom who were passionate about conservation, and I felt very strongly that having these people as role models had really helped me a lot go in this direction and create and develop my passion for the environment and for conservation. And apart from people in our family, we were also very lucky to meet some of the big conservation people of the world, people like Sir Peter Scott, Sir Richard Fitter, George Schaller, and I knew what that had given me, and I wanted to share some of that passion with other people.
Snake Man was first returned, published and released in the year 1989. After 30 long years, what made you to get the book translated into Tamil and Kannada?
Well, firstly, I would like to thank the donors of this edition, and I think it's a great conservation initiative. When Snake Man was published, it was widely reviewed, and we got a lot of very heartwarming feedback from readers, including somebody who was a life inmate in a jail and somewhere in Andhra who said, it had made a big difference to him. So, of course, we always talked about the fact that Tamil Nadu is Ram's chosen homeland, and it's only really available to people who can read English, which is a very limited audience. So from that time, we have been hoping that at some point it could be translated into Tamil, and for now the moment has come, and we're both really happy about this.
During this 30 long years, there would have been a lot of environmental changes, and you would have faced a lot of challenges to maintain, sustain, and improve the park. Have you included in the to-be-released Tamil version of the book?
Yes, there's been a lot of challenges, and of course the main one is that you want to do so much more always than what you have the funds for. But no, the book stops at the beginning of the Croc Bank, and there's definitely another book to be written after that, but I'm not sure whether that will happen or not.
What are the major challenges that you're presently facing in maintenance of the park and also on your research front? Do you get any government grants? Where do the funds come from for your activities?
Well, of course, this pandemic time has been a challenge for everyone, certainly for the Croc Bank, because we've had no visitors. But the good thing is that so many people have reached out to us, and for me personally, one of the most heartwarming things is the small donations that we've received of 1,000 rupees, 1,500 rupees from people in Chennai who say that they're proud that Croc Bank is part of Chennai and they want to support us. So we've always had this big base of support in the city, because the Croc Bank from the beginning has been a pretty focal part of the tourism network of Tamil Nadu. We also get funds from organizations and individuals for our projects, like for the King Cobra telemetry project, for instance. There's a donor who's been consistently generous and supportive, but one can always use more. And of course, this pandemic, as I said, has been a very challenging time, but fortunately we've been able to keep the animals as well as the staff well looked after.
I wish each one of you who are watching this video to buy the book and promote the cause they are promoting. Next in this series, we have an interview with a writer who has translated this book into Tamil, Sri Kamalalayam. Until then, be one with nature, enjoy nature.
www.kalkionline.com